Good morning, grade 9. Let's continue the cardiac cycles and the structures of the heart we discussed before. As I told you, we need to memorize the structure of the heart. And I told you that the heart is composed of four cavities أو four parts, main form parts اللي هن auricles, two auricles and two ventricles. I have the left ventricles and I have the right ventricles. And I have also the left auricle and the right auricle. The auricle, the right auricle and the right ventricle are separated from the left auricle and the left ventricle by a septum. The easiest pictures, it is located upward. Hey, to memorize the heart structures, you need to memorize it well, grade 9. So I have the left ventricle, the septum, right ventricle. I have the left auricle فوق دغري left ventricle. Right auricle, it's upward from the right ventricles. And I have arteries and veins. What do I mean? I do repeat. What do I mean by arteries and veins? Arteries and veins هني blood vessels. يعني هني carrier. هني blood vessels, they carry the oxygen and the nutrients. But some of them carry from the heart to the organ and the others carry from the organs to the heart. As in the glossary is written that the arteries are blood vessels that carries from the heart to the organ, whereas the veins are the blood vessels who carry from the organs back to the heart. I have pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins, the words pulmonary stands for the lungs. So the veins carry the blood from the lungs back to the heart. لأنه الفينز بتودي من الأورجنز على الهارت. وأي organs تحديدا the pulmonary one, so the lungs. You need to memorize that the pulmonary veins are located up to the left auricle. فإذا فوق left auricle في عندي ثلاثة هيك blood vessels مثل ما نكون شايفينهم. They are the pulmonary veins. I have also the pulmonary arteries, but the pulmonary arteries are thicker, أسمك, and they are located on the upper side of the right auricle. فإذا عندي pulmonary vein فوق left auricle, pulmonary arteries فوق left فوق right auricles. أطول دايما the arteries are thicker than the veins. I have the biggest blood vessels which is extended from the heart, طالع من الهارت وهو أكبر blood vessels. It is the aorta as you can see. فضل عندي اثنين يلي هني الفينا كافا وهني كمان vein. عندي I have the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava are extended from the organs to the heart, يعني هني جايين على الهارت, and they are located from the back of the heart, يعني من وراء الهارت. بس هون لأنه in the pictures we see them as located in the side, بس هني إجمالا بيجوا ورا الهارت. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Usually they put the superior vena cava upward and the inferior vena cava downward. So I repeat one more final time. You need to memorize the structures of the heart. I have left ventricle. I have left auricle. I have right ventricle, right auricle. Those two cavities are separated by a septum. Then I have veins, pulmonary veins and pulmonary arteries and pulmonary veins. Arteries carry the blood from the heart to the organ, whereas the vein carry the blood from the organs back to the heart. I have pulmonary veins located upward from the left auricle, and I have the pulmonary arteries located upward from the right ventricle. I have also the biggest blood vessels extended from the heart. It is the aorta, and have superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. This is the structures of the heart. Today we're gonna discuss for sure. You have the other pictures here. You can see the superior vena cava و inferior vena cava هني to the right side. أكيد عطول بيجوا علامات اليمين. و superior vena cava لفوق وال inferior vena cava لتحت. I have one more issues. I have the valve. الvalve مثل البوابات. Okay? So these valves are like the window or إذا بدكم شبابيك or the gate. هيدول الفالف they separate the auricle from the ventricle. شكلهم مثل الفي بنقلهم valve إذا كنتوا قادرين تشوفوهم أكيد. So I have the bicuspid valve and I have the tricuspid valve. Those are V-shaped and they separate. It's like a window that separate this room. يعني بدي I can't imagine the heart as a home. Okay, the auricles and the ventricles are the rooms. So the door separating the rooms are the valves. I have the bicuspid valve and the tricuspid valve. Okay, so this is the heart structures. Let's read. The right heart and the left heart do not communicate أبدا because the left heart is oxygenated مثل ما تكونوا شايفين bright red full of oxygen, whereas the right heart is deoxygenated, is poor in oxygen. The direction of the blood circulating inside the heart is imposed by structures that prevent the backflow. فإذا الدم دايما بيمشي عندي من auricle لventricle. اوكي وما بنعمل communication بالleft side والرايت side. The direction of the blood inside the heart يعني كيف بيمشي الدم بقلب القلب is always downward from auricle to ventricles. ما بيطلع لفوق ابدا، يعني بينزل من الاوريكلز على الventricles. في عنا structures بتمنع هالباك فلو. What do I mean by back flow؟ انه يرجع اطلع من الventricle على الاوريكل. So these structures are called valves. They are one-way valves. You need to mark this one. It's for memorizing. And now we end up by the structures. Let's skip to page 57. What do I mean by cardiac activity or cardiac cycle? So now we're end. خلصنا الجلوسري أكيد، خلصنا ال structure of the heart. We need to know what do I mean by cardiac activity, what do I mean by cardiac cycle. The heart is a muscle that contracts regularly, about 70 beats per minute. These contractions ensure that the blood is well propelled to all the body organs. So as I told you, the heart is a muscle. شو يعني muscle؟ عضل. Muscle means contract and relax. Why the heart needs to contract? I told you that the heart needs to contract in order to propel, to push the blood to all body organs. ما هو distributor بس بده حدا يدفشه. So this is the heart. The heart push the blood to distribute the oxygen and the nutrients to all the body organs. But these contractions of the auricles are rhythmic and simultaneous. Rhythmic يعني rhythm، يعني they have a rhyme. Okay, يعني هن منظمين. And simultaneous يعني happen at the same time. So are the contraction of the ventricles. So I have contraction in the auricles رح نحكي عنهم, and I have contraction in the ventricles. For each heartbeat, the right ventricle sends blood to the pulmonary arteries that carries it to the lungs, and the left ventricle sends blood to the aorta that carries to the organs. So I have كل heartbeat شو عم بيصير عندي. The right ventricle هلا بنشوف نحن بالكاردياك اكتيفيتي. الرايت ventricle رح يبعت الدم لمين؟ اكيد البالمونري ارتري، والبالمونري ارتري رح تعطيه لللنجز. انا I have two organs. كل البادي organs حاعتبرهم organs وحميز اللنجز بس. اللي رح يوصل له البلد لللنجز حقول له pulmonary arteries، واللي رح يوصلهم لكل البادي organs اسمه aorta. That's the way you need to memorize them grade 9. So the aorta distribute the blood or carry the blood from the heart to all body organs, whereas the pulmonary artery ميزناهم شوي، هني arteries بس شوي مميزين لأنه بيوصلوا لللنجز. So أنا I explained for you that the arteries carry the oxygen